Hello, everyone. Tonight is different. Tonight we are here in English, and I am in my platform. Later on, we will translate and put it in Telecuento News. But I think it is very important you know this story. This story is happening here in our hometown, in where we live, where we're going to eat. We hear a lot about deportations, about people that was arrested. This is a story of somebody that he probably will have one of the best day of his life with the worst on the same week, and this is Dayton Guerrero. Dayton is a senior student for Central High School. He will be graduate this weekend, this Sunday, sorry. And on Monday, his dad was detained by immigration. Dayton, thank you for being with me. You put a post online and how, and I know about the situation by your post. Can you tell me what happened Monday morning?
Yeah, so Monday morning, I was driving with a friend of mine's dad because I didn't have my license yet, and we were going to Senior Service Day, which is where we volunteer around the community. As we pull out, there's two unmarked cars sitting like across the street from our house. I didn't think anything of it at the time. I thought it was weird, but cars tend to park there a lot to just do things out in the woods and stuff like that. As soon as we pull past them, they turn on their lights and they pull us over. Someone approaches our car. He's wearing like a police vest, and I assumed it was the police. He asked me my ID. I showed it to him. He then asked me if I knew who a Luis Guerrero was, and I told him that that was my father. And they asked me to confirm that he was at the house, and I said yes. I thought it was just a court summon. We had been dealing with some court issues throughout the time with my mom and whatnot. So I told him, and I went to school thinking it was just a simple court summons. They just give him the papers, tell me he had to show up to court. About 30 minutes later, my older brother called me saying that ICE had just detained my dad. So I went home, talked to his boss, who was at the house too. And for the first 5, 6 hours, we had no idea where he was. We called the local police, see if they had him there. We called the sheriff, and no one knew where he was. Finally, my brother was able to find out that he was in Chase County, Kansas. So all the way in another state. And they didn't really tell us the court date or anything until a couple of days ago. And he now has a court date set for the 27th. But that's about all we know.
So 27th of May, he will have a court day. I asking
Yeah.
you how long your dad was living in San Jose.
In St. Joseph, he'd been living here for over 20 years. He lived in Kansas City first, doing roofing down there. And then he came down here once he met my mom and started his family. And they've been in St. Joe for over 20 something years now.
20 some years. So he's not somebody that crossed the
Yeah.
border recently. He's not somebody that was. Your dad was working. So tell me a little bit about how was your life, or the life that your dad here in San Jose.
I mean, I was just a normal kid. I would go to school every day. My dad would go to work. I work 5 days a week, so I'd be gone most of the evening. And we just enjoyed living life normally. Just the day before on Sunday, we'd eat ice cream together. And then now he's all the way in Kansas, and I can barely communicate with him.
Are you are able to talk to with your dad?
Yeah, we figured out a way. We had to put money in for like, it's like a prepaid phone thing, and he's able to make calls to us now.
Okay. And what he told you?
He's told us that they basically just told him what his court date was, and that's all they really told him about.
And it's a lot of people that put comments like, well, he be 20 years here. Why he don't try to fix his situation? We already read this kind of comments.
Yeah.
So tell me about when he tried. That you told me previous we started this conversation and I asked him on Dayton.
Yeah. So my dad's been trying to get legal for a while. The system is not easy. People think it's just cut and dry. You apply, oh, you're in and you're a citizen. That's not how it works. We tried before the first time Trump got elected, and we weren't able to make it go through that time. It's a little harder because he's a past deportation, which makes it so much harder. Because, I mean, when he came to the country, he was just a kid. He didn't know what he was doing. He just wanted a better life for his family. But now that he's older and trying to apply, it's a lot harder because of how clogged the system is right now. Everyone's trying to apply. They'll just set you back for no reason without telling you why or what you need to do to improve it. And so we had been trying, but we weren't very far in the along the pathway yet.
I hear that when this happened, a lot of people have um, in the school was very nice with you. That is true. I hear this for other people to say that they you
Yeah,
have a
a lot of people at school, they've been very helpful. They've been reposting, sharing it. My brother started a petition today. It's already up to 500 signatures, a lot of which are friends and people from my school and the community. The community is really supportive, which really shows a lot about how much people actually disapprove of what's happening and would rather see people like my dad stay in the country and not get deported.
then well, I will repeat really quickly. Dayton Guerrero will be graduated for Central High School this weekend. His dad was detained on Monday by ICE. He was first stopped by the immigrations and told and he asking for his dad. He was thinking there was something normal, any papers they need to give, like any of us can receive papers. And 30 minutes later, he received a message for his brother say that his dad was detained. They was unable to locate his dad for 6 hours, and now they hopefully have court date. Now the situation is you have a hope, but also it's very hard because right now I don't think in people and American people understand how hard it is maybe have a lawyer, have the funds for this. Could you tell us how you've been dealing with this, your family?
Yeah, so me and my brother, we've been making calls every day now for the last since he's been detained. The lawyers all over the KC and St. Joseph area, we're yet to find one still. It's either because they don't do the specific type of removal from detention center that we need, or they're just so full with their other things that they can't take our case on at the time. We've been encouraging people to help me and reach me out. We have a couple more numbers. We're waiting on people to get back to us, but it's not easy. Right now, we're not worrying about funds. My dad's boss says he will completely cover any cost of a lawyer, which is very nice of him. He's basically like family at this point. My dad's been working on him for about 15 years, and he's really nice. But yes, we haven't been able to find a lawyer yet. It's not an easy process at all. Can't just call one up and be like, "Can you represent me?" Because
What is
most of them
happening?
don't specialize in it, and it's just so crazy with how much is happening that they don't have the time to do it.
And that is something that I wanted the people to understand because people truly thinking that many times is the people the migrants are could be lazy and it's not that. It's a process that is very complicated. That even like you say, you are blessed in this situation that you don't need funds, that you have that part covered, in this process you are
Yeah.
unable to find a lawyer that will take your case, your that case in the way. So how how do you been, Dayton? Because I really read your post and mean a lot for me. And this is what I say. Hey, I want to make this story. I want people know what is going on. The first you say I don't want to say nothing, but I want to say now. And this is what you
Yeah.
say in the post, and you say this is people this in our communities and they be in our communities for more than 20 years. It's nobody
Yes.
new. They across the border in the past 2 years. How do you been dealing?
I've been holding it pretty fine. It was a surprise because you don't think it's going to happen to you. You see it all over the news, but you never think like, oh, that could happen to me. I thought in our little town in St. Joe, they wouldn't bother even coming up here and we'd be fine. The first day I was a bit of a mess. I couldn't believe it happened, but the support from the community has really helped me a lot just to know how many people care. And it's driven me to actually want to push this message and not just be quiet because that's what they want. They don't want us to speak out about things like this. They want us to just be scared and hide in our homes because then we don't have a voice. But the community has really helped me to vocalize myself and really share the message, and it's really helped me a lot.
Sunday is a big day for you, but it's also
Yes,
could
it
be
is.
it's a big could be very hard at the same time, because you
Yeah.
work hard for a graduation, for have your day. How do you prepare for that day?
I honestly haven't really prepared for it at all. I've been doing my graduation practices that are required by the school. My brother's going to come down from Overland Park, and he'll be there, but I'm still not really prepared to not see my dad in the crowd there. He's helped me a lot through school. He's one of the primary reasons I'm probably going to graduate with the honors that I am. I'm graduating magna cum laude, which is the second highest Latin honor. And he really helped me get there, and it's gonna be really hurtful to not see him in the crowd.
And if you graduate in that way, that probably show off how much your dad was involved, because
Yeah,
usually this is a success not only of you, also of your family around. They can help you to make it until today. For the people, Dayton, that's thinking it's good, they take somebody. What do you will say today to them? A
I would.
student, somebody that born in the United States, there is one of the best in his class, the big graduate on Sunday, and his parent was detained, his dad was detained, and not even in the right way, because if they don't tell you what they was looking for. So what do you will say on these people that thinking it's the right thing to do it?
I would say I understand that people say it's the law, but the law isn't always right. Just because something's legal doesn't mean it's right or that we should do it. My dad was a member of this community. He contributed. He wasn't a violent member. He didn't commit any crimes. He had like one misdemeanor, but that was simply because he violated a restraining order of my mom to see if he could see his daughter. It wasn't anything violent. He just asked if he could see his daughter. They're people. A lot of people try to make it seem like they're just illegal aliens and dehumanize them, but in the end of the day, we're all people. We all need to come together and realize that the more we divide and fight against each other, the worse things become. We have to come together and learn to love one another. It's not good for any of us the more we fight amongst ourselves.
Dayton, I appreciate that you took the time for talk with me. I appreciate
Yeah,
that you are a speak up, and from us, and I know for a lot of members of the community, they are support you. Is any help that you need right now, other than with maybe not financial, but is anything that you think in the community can do for you? Maybe sign this petition that you have, maybe be in your graduation. Is anything the community can do for you?
I would say if you could sign the petition, um, it's on my Instagram, but I can probably send it to you and you could share it to them too.
Yes, we will put it in the
Just spread the
comment.
word. The more people that know about this, the better it is, because it's not just some secluded act that happens in a city far away from us. It's happening in our hometown. It's happening around us, and we need to speak out about it. We can't be quiet about it anymore.
I am glad that you are not quiet, Dayton. Congratulations, even in this
Thank
hard
you.
time. I know that you will be later on. You will have great things in life, and they your dad. Even if he don't will be there, he will be very proud of you to be at the school and graduate with these honors that you have. In the comments, in a minute, we will left the petition. The family of Dayton is create for his dad. If you want to help, I will also leave his Instagram account so you can know how to reach Dayton and be able to follow this story there. Like he said, this is not happening in New York. This is not happening in Los Angeles. This is not happening in Denver. This is happening here at home. Dayton, thank you for being with me.
Yeah. Thank you